Yes, I do want to go live. Why would I be here if I didn't want to go live? Oh, I'm live! Greetings, humans, greetings, and welcome back to another fun-filled episode. Bear here. Say it with me, people. 29-year veteran of the woods. Yes, indeed. Bear had a busy day here. Just got done with a box open video with Gary Shipman. Some original art out there. Gary kind of was doing on a lark the other night. Just kind of drawing some stuff, having fun, no worries, no big stuff or anything like that. It ended up turning into an auction stream, so I guess now he's starting to do a little bit more of that and everything. That's great. I'd like to see more of that in the future, especially since I guess Mike has kind of Mike Miller has stopped kind of doing some of that stuff out there. So, news on that front, but very good, very good, very much. Thought it was going to be filled with tape. Gary's known for just wrapping all his stuff with just bundles and bundles of tape out there. So actually cut through it like a butter through knife out there. Like a bear's claws through the abdomen of a postman. Came apart relatively easy. So there we go. Good stuff out there. Something to look forward to. Hopefully, we'll see. Hopefully it'll get up this weekend or something like that. So it'll be something to look forward to. All right, enough of this jibber jabber. Let's get right on into it, people. That's why you're here. I'm going to check out the campaign updates. Let's go ahead and get right on into that here. Let me find where I'm at. One of these days, people. One of these days, we will do a professional show. Yes, indeed. All right, first up, we have here from Shane Davis. The great Shane Davis out there. He's got a book. What was this? Inglorious Rex. His books are coming in. He says, we have updates on the fulfillment process for Inglorious Rex, Volume 1, and as of this writing, the supplemental books are in. Yes, indeed. So let's take a look at that. And there's all the books there, bundled up, nice and cozy. We are also busy packing stretch goal packs, so fulfillment can begin faster. Yes, indeed. Beer is a loss trying to remember what all these stretch goals were out there, but there we go. Here is a beautiful picture of all that. Looks like some cards. Still trying to figure out what to do with some cards. Maybe a sticker or maybe a pin. It's been a little bit since Bear checked out this campaign, so a little bit hazy. A little bit hazy on some of the details out there, but it looks good. It looks good from Shane Davis out there. Let's see. He says, as of this writing, we have an estimated delivery date of the end of the month. That would be September. From the printer for the remainder books in the campaign, so fulfillment can begin in October as planned. If you need to change your address, please use the Ask a Question link in the campaign to reach out to us ASAP. Include your backer IDs and all your stuff for your perks. We plan to launch Inglorious Rex Volume 2 in October. If you want to access the secret perks and exclusive anatomic lenticular card, holy mackerel, that's a mouthful for Bear. Be sure to sign up for the pre-launch list. And he lists that there, and it's a nice little logo. Monster Martial Arts. Yes, indeed. Thank you for being with us on this journey. We look forward to getting the books in your hands in the very near future. So there you go. Interesting stuff out there. There's the books once again from Inglorious Rex out there. Interesting. We're gonna have to check that out. Bear never checked out the cat book out there, so this will be kind of a first for Bear, checking out some of Shane Davis's work out there. Yes, indeed. All right, something Bear's a little bit more knowledgeable about from Mark Polton. Yes, indeed. Kind of the one half of a Graveyard Shift. Out there, he says the loose threads are live. Yes, indeed. Let's see. The campaign is now live. Below, you'll find a link. This just kind of tells about the secret discount tier. You people aren't supposed to know about that. And it's our fan pack, blah, blah, blah. You'll receive the George Perez, R.I.P., and a Caesar Madero jam cover, the Chris Graves variant cover, the black and white edition, and Emerge, the art of Heather, I apologize, Martine out there, I hope. Very cool. So it kind of looks like a sort of anthology collection of some artwork out there. Very cool. Very interesting stuff out there. I want to find out a little bit more information about that. About this book here. I'll have to check out the campaign or something like that. But yeah, if you're a fan out there, definitely go ahead check this out. Looks like some great artwork out there from definitely some great artists out there. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right, let's moving people quickly, so quickly along here. Yes, indeed. Let's get right on into it here because we actually got some news. Oh, for crying out loud! What the hell? For crying out loud! Hold on one second, people. While we do that, why don't we look at hopefully a beautiful cover of CyberFrog here. Beer tries to figure out what the hell is going on with this thing. Let's see. Is this it? Let's see. I think this is it. Ah, there we go. I just had the wrong one. I tell you what, people. One of these days, we might actually do a professional show. Not today, though. He's got a print update. I tell you what, everybody's got print updates. Everybody must be using... the poor printers are like, oh my god, we got all these orders in at the same time. Hey, CyberFrog 2 Erect Planet backers. Here is the update. Everything is in order. In order. Everything is in order. On order. Whatever. I received an acceptable print quote, and I've accepted it. Well, there you go. We're going to start to print, and he gives a whole bunch of stats here. But let's not look at a bunch of stats. Let's look at a beautiful cover there from Ethan Van Sciver. And Kyle Ritter, kind of the one thing that Bear has. Lovely coloring out there. Sometimes, some of the stuff might get lost a little bit in the detail of what he has here. I think it came out really well. But, kind of a first pass at maybe looking at the one of this covers here. How many does he have? Like 20 different covers out there. Looks pretty good, though. And he's also got let me see if I can find it here, people. 1 second here. Where are we at, people? Anyways, he goes on. He says the Second Chance campaign is still live with some pretty cool extra items. So make sure to check it out. So we'll go ahead and get for more information soon. Thank you, Uncle E out there. Uncle E in the pie factory out there. So let's go ahead and let me find this other one here because he had a little bit more information. There we go. What? Did I get the wrong? Oh, for crying out loud, I got the wrong one, didn't I? Okay, let's do this. Do the thing with the thing. And the thing with the thing. And hopefully it works. You never know. Until you go live, people. That's the fun of everything. Hey, Wrecked Planet backers, we're going to print. Yes, indeed. Now here's the situation. The original campaign had a book called CyberFrog Heart Sick Horror out there. So let me see. Is that it? No, that's not it. That's not it. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. Oh, for crying out loud. Did I not have it? Well, there it is. They're on the page there. Let's see. Heartsick Horror. It is a beautiful 24-page comic book with art by E.G. Morales and Kanan White. Yes, indeed. Written by me. Well, not Bear, but Ethan. And there's the cover out there. Very good. Let's see. I don't know if it comes in 2 different books or if it's in the same book and he's just showing the same cover there. There are 2 stories in the book. Well, that would help if Bear actually read things. The first is about the return of another old villain from the 90s out there. Yes, indeed. That would be from Kanan White here. Let's see. It's a rock and roll action story with art by the incredible, yes, indeed, incredible Kanan White, and colors by Jason Wright. White and Wright out there. You can't beat White. You can't be right without White. Or something. I don't know. Whatever it is, there you go. So, very good. Very good. I really like, especially the coloring in here. I'm not sure what the thing there is on the corner there. I probably took this as a screen grab or something like that. But very good. I like this. If Uncle E ever has to kind of step away from the table, after eating too many pies or something like that, I would say a Kanan White drawn CyberFrog would be probably right there up there with, if you had to have a replacement artist, Kanan would be the one out there, at least in Bear's opinion. The second story is about Heather Swain's struggle with the death fly. Bear had to fight a death fly once. It took him forever. It took him forever. Yes, indeed. The art by E.G. Morales is absolutely gorgeous. That's probably why it rhymes. Oh, did I? Let's see. E.G. Morales, gorgeous. Close enough. Close enough for bear work out here. Again, another great. I tell you what, some really great opening scenes here that they do. Let's see. Is this? I'm trying to figure out. Not too familiar with the city. I'm guessing maybe Los Angeles. Let's see. I wonder if it says in here. I know it's supposed to be like Philadelphia or something like that. Beer's not that familiar with Philadelphia out there. Try to stay away, but yeah, there you go. I love that, and also the again, they're kind of it's kind of an interesting thing where CyberFrog, the original, not the original one, but the one that he just did here. What was that? 2017, 2018, something like that. Kind of a soft reboot, I suppose. It wasn't actually a reboot, so they're actually kind of going back in time, so it goes back to 2004. Let's see, I think the Vizbas invaded. It was during Bill Clinton, so like in the mid-90s or something like that, so I guess this would be about 10 years, 5-10 years from there. So 2004, Heather looks like is finding a group of folks there, including, I mean, you know, you've got the apocalypse out there, but you know what? The fella there, he's not going to miss. Not going to miss pumping the iron. Not at all. This would have been a very late stretch goal, but we didn't make it. That's okay. You can just order a copy now. I just added it to the campaign for the low price of $10. Subscription tiers, it's been added to your order, already paid for. There you go. So I suppose if you've gotten the box, and I'm not sure what the other subscription tiers were. God, there were so many tiers. Beer had so many tiers. Looking at the tiers in CyberFrog. So, might have been part of that. Beer's not sure. But if you've got your subscription, you've got it in there already. It has a new add-on, so you can back everything in the campaign and get a copy of CyberFrog Heartsick Horror with your order. It should be the first perk. What? Huh? Hold on, people. Let me find out what he's trying to say here. Let's see. Trying to figure out, be the first perk you, see? Maybe? It should be the first perk you, see, I'm just gonna guess. I think something got left off here. We're making it happen. Thanks, everybody. Uncle E. Yes, indeed. And All Caps Comics. Yes. All caps. All of them are caps. Yes, indeed. Let's go back to that cover. Very cool cover out there. Yes, indeed. And I have stunned everyone with the artwork and Bear's brilliance out there. Yes, indeed. So not too many comments, but that's all right. That's all right. We will move on. Move on to, let's see. Let me find the next one here. Oh, that's right. Going from a bear to a. Let's find it here. Come on, OBS. Gosh darn it. Stupid OBS. To a T-Bear. Yes, indeed. That would be our T-Bear. He says, hello. It's been a long road, but we finally have the problems with the molds and figures worked out. Eric Huffles has been working overtime getting a white mold to work properly. But the mold is ready to go. The tier is now up, so the Kenshi black and white duo is ready to be back. And don't forget, they make excellent drinking partners. Yes, indeed. So check that out. He's supporting the Ukraine out there. Wait, no, that's not Ukraine. That is, Finland? Scotland? No, not Scotland. Sweden? One of those two. Bear has an opinion that, Norway and Sweden are the same country. You really can't tell the difference there. You really can't. As always, you guys are the best, and the bear as well. Thank you. Thank you, Art. Oh, also, P.S., don't forget that Friday I'm going to have a big black and white art reveal on my channel, YouTube channel that is. So stay tuned for that one. Here's a link if you're not already subscribed to RT Bear. What are you? You're listening to a bear, but you're not subscribed to a T-Bear? Come on, people. Let's get it together here. Let us get it together. Yes, indeed. And finally, people, some days you just never know. You go through it and you're like, okay, I got everything checked off here. Everything's good to go, blah, 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 blah. And then you get something at the very last minute that just blows your mind out there, people. I'm talking about, oh, for crying out loud. Let me scale this here. Hold on, people. It's going to be a great reveal, and then it's not scaled right. And there we are. We're talking about Mike Miller out here and his long gestating, some might say, possibly cursed campaign out there. That would be the Shadow of the Conqueror. It's finally here. I don't believe it either, people. I don't believe it myself here. Hey, Shadowversity fans, the time is now. Holy cow, let me check my watch. Oh, it is now. Okay. We're sorry for the delay in launch. Many factors put us behind in this effort. But the book is done, ready to print, and just waiting for the sales number. So now, people, is your time. Plus, since you're on the mailing list, you get blah, 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 blah. You can, do your 30% off if you so desire. Yes, indeed. So there we go. I didn't have a chance to. This just came in. Maybe about an hour and a half, 2 hours ago, or something like that. I didn't pull it in time, but very good. It looks like, I'm not sure. Beer's not sure. It might be a hardcover. It's kind of hard to tell. It does have the square bound there, so very cool. Very cool indeed. And there you've got your, I don't know, Moses-like figure coming down off the mountain with his 15, well, make that 10 commandments out there. Yes, indeed. So there you go. Looking good. Some definitely great Mike Miller art out there. If that's what you're into. I don't know. Some of the people might have to help Beer out on this. I'm not really sure. Like, it looks like the guy's tripping. He looks like he's about to trip and fall over. I suppose he's supposed to be running really fast, but every time Beer sees this, I suppose it's sort of a homage out there, I suppose. I don't know, but, yeah, he always looks like he's about to trip and fall right onto his face. Anyways, there we go. There's some good action. I don't know how far you can jump when you're in a suit of armor. Usually, you'd figure that they were made out of steel and were probably pretty heavy, but there you go. You're leaping through the air. And there you go. Oh, actually, it's got a little bit of a sort of a CyberFrog shine on there. There you go. I'm sure Mike loves to hear about that. Dylan faces off against a platoon, or maybe a platoon, of dragons. That wasn't in the novel. What does it all mean? I'm sure it means something. Watch the upcoming Shadowversity videos to find out more. Note, these are not the final colors. Some modifications, rather, were made after the lettering proof was made, probably like 3 months ago. Keep an eye. I wonder if... I hate to do this. I wonder if we'd get Shadowversity, or what was this called? What the heck? A Shadow of the Conqueror. Wonder if we'd get the Shadow of the Conqueror book before we get I was gonna say CyberFrog. We'll see. I wonder if we'll get the Shadow of the Conqueror before Lone Star out there. That would be a interesting race to see what happens. See who comes in first here. But there you go. If you're a fan of Mike out there, who isn't? Who isn't a fan of Mike? Go check out probably one of his last, although they said that he might be coming back for book 2 or issue 2 there, so you never know. I figure he's retired in his NFT world, but hey, come back and make another book. You never know. Until you find out. All right, let's get back to it here, people. That would be the long and the short of it there as far as the campaign updates for you. For you great people out there. Yes, indeed. All right. Once again, stunned everybody with Bear's brilliance out there. Yes, indeed. All right. Well, let's go ahead. Got a couple of stories here. Oh, by the way, I don't know if anybody's heard about the where was it here? The poor my pillow fella. He got the Brandon Gestapo after him, and took all his pillows, took all his sandals and everything. I tell you what, those folks are not going to get the discount code. For sure. For sure. So just be careful. Be careful out there, people. Yes, indeed. All right, let's go ahead. Let me find where I'm at here, people. Talk amongst your shells for a moment. There we go. Let's see. Which one do we want to get into first? Which one? Let's do the fun one first, and then we'll get into a little bit more stuff here in just a minute. Okay, let's do the thing with the thing, and then you do the thing. And why is it not working? All right, one of these days, people. One of these days. No, that's not the one. For crying out loud. Okay, there we go. There we are. Finally, yes, indeed. And we've got a deadly turn. This would be the Sun and Will Porter and Rebecca Hasselby. We'll just go with that. A deadly turn. Farmer beaten to death by pet kangaroo in first fatal attack in 86 years has raised animal since it was baby. Well, it's time, people. Time for the animal uprising. You thought you were sleeping on all the animals out there. Well, we're gonna take it back, people. Take it back. That's why you should go to Antarctica while you can. An elderly alpaca farmer who kept a wild kangaroo as a pet has died after the beast savaged him. Oh my goodness. Wonder if that means something different in Australia. At his Western Australian home. Mr. Edie's 77 was discovered by family members after being attacked by the murderous marsupial on Sunday. Emergency services rushed to the pensioner's home in Albany, Australia. Oh, we all know where that is. But the furious kangaroo prevented paramedics from entering the property. Unable to make it into the home, the paramedics were forced to call the police to the residence. The kangaroo was shot dead. Dang it, people. Kangaroo lives matter. Kangaroo lives matter. At the scene by police as authorities believe the angry marsupial was posing a threat to the emergency responders. It's an unarmed kangaroo, people. It's an unarmed kangaroo. How much dangerous could it be? The farmer was keeping the 3-year-old wild kangaroo as a pet after raising him from a Joey. Well, I guess you can call him Joey if you want, but his name was probably Steve or something like that. You never know. You never know, people. So there you go. Be on the watch out. Be on the watch out for kangaroos and alpacas, just in case. We can't tell about those alpacas out there. They could be just as deadly as a bear out there. Yes, indeed. I suppose you don't want to. You want to have your shrimp on the Barbie, but you got to watch out for the what was it? The dinghies. You got to watch out for the dinghies and the kangaroos, people. Yes, indeed. I tell you what, Australia, a deadly place. Just keep going further south until you hit Antarctica. Antarctica, that's the place to be. Bear approved. Yes, indeed. All right, moving on. Everybody wants to talk about this. I don't know why, but let's go ahead and get right on into it here, people. From bounding into comics. From John F. Trent. Great. Yes, indeed. A Prime Video accused of buying praise for the Lord of the Rings of the Ring of Power. Yes, indeed. They look shocked. Shocked, I tell you. Those ladies. Yeah, we'll go with lady. I don't see an Adam's apple there, so we'll just take a stab at it. Let's see, it's the ladies out there. Let's see. Prime Video and the Lord of the Rings, the Ring of the Power, is being accused of buying praise from Tolkien and the Lord of the Rings YouTuber and influencers after the show has received positive critic reviews despite massive negative reviews from viewers. Holy cow, really? Well, as a influential influencer on YouTube out here, as one of the very few shows that's hosted by a bear. Let Bear speak to Amazon. Bear is for sale. He will. I'll talk about your. Lord of the Hold on, Lord of the Rings. I'll talk about your Lord of the Rings show. I mean, look at all these great people. They're staring off into the distance there, except for that one guy. Why are you looking at me like that? But they're all staring off into the distance. Look at those beautiful colors. I mean, the sort of greenish of the grass and the grayness of the clouds and the grayness of their clothes and the grayness and brownness of their, house there. It kind of looks very dour, but that's intentional, people, because that's hold on here. That's what Mr. Tolkien wanted. That's what Mr. Tolkien wanted out there. He wanted a lot of the stuff to be, a gray, even though you spent $1 billion on it, you want it to have a more homely look to it. This is all bear approved. Just drop. It doesn't even have to be money. It can just be salmon. Just drop some salmon off to Bear here. I'll talk about your great show here. Bear has no inhibitions from that. Not only has the show seen massive negative reviews from viewers, how dare you people? One of the greatest shows of all time. But Amazon announced a change to the review system that was confirmed by Prime Video representatives to Variety, who reported that Prime Video, quote, quietly introduced a 72-hour delay for all users. Reviews posted to well, that's because they need 72 hours to filter down their thoughts of what a great, just a brilliant show. I mean, sometimes when you see artwork, a legendary artwork for the first time, you're like, oh no, that's terrible. It breaks the mold. What's the name of this show here? The Lord of the Rings show. I tell you what, it is art times 10. That's why there's a 72-hour delay out there for you people. They just want to make sure that you can incorporate all the greatness of this show into a coherent. I mean, you don't want to go on a huge rant about how great the show is. You kind of want to have it kind of compartmentalized and everything. The reviews are also, quote, then evaluated to determine whether it's genuine or a forgery by bot, troll, or other breed of digital goblin. Well, Bear is not a goblin, nor a bot. He lived under a bridge for a little bit of a time, but that's neither here or there. Look at this great shot. Look at this beautiful young lady, and I don't know why they have a camera and a microphone way back when, but there you go. I mean, just one of the brilliant features there from the new what the heck is this show called? From the great is this the one with the dragons in it? The dragon show out there. Yes, indeed, they've got all the dragons in this show. Probably not showing them right away. They gotta wait till later in the season or something like that. But yeah, once again, a beautiful. Oh, look at the beautiful. Coloring there, the beautiful, gray on black on gray. It looks great, people. Beautiful coloring and everything. Pardon me. Now, YouTuber George, the Giant Slayer, posits that Prime Video has begun buying praise from Tolkien and Lord of the Rings YouTuber. Well, Bear is not a Lord of the Rings YouTuber, but he is a bear, and he is for sale. He first points to the numerous influencers Prime Video used in an attempt to hype the show when they flew them to a castle in Malakakala. Holy cow, they flew him to a castle? Bear will go to a castle. You can fly him to a castle, that's fine. Well, you got to kind of knock him out before you put him on the flight. Kind of like B.A. Baracus out there. You don't want to have old B.A. Baracus kind of waking up. Oh, Hannibal, what's going on in here? There's some jibba jabba, Hannibal. You gotta knock a bear out before you fly him to a castle in Malabraka or whatever the hell it is for the Lord of the Ring show out there, people. To view they flew him all the way up there to view a trailer. For Christ's sake, people, what is the carbon footprint on that? For the series. Next, George the Giant Slayer points to numerous influencers repeating the same talking points. After meeting with the show's showrunner Patrick McKay and J.D. Payne, what a great name, at an event in London. Well, if Mr. Payne wants to send Bear some talking points in return for some salmon, he will do his best to repeat all of those. However, the most damning evidence comes from YouTuber Hello Future Me, who pulled his subscribers back in August, asking whether he should take responsibility or sponsorship from Amazon for a video on the Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, when it premieres. The YouTuber asked, "How do you feel about me taking a sponsorship from Amazon?" Well, let me gotta wet the whistle. For my video on Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, when it premieres. If they don't get any say, what I say. If they don't get any say in what I say. Oh, okay. I'm conflicted. It's free money for a video I was going to do anyways, but I don't really want to be seen as an Amazon shill at all. Well, Bear, as long as those sweet, sweet salmon arrives at Bear's doorstep, he will shill for the was this the Game of the Thrones show? Oh, I'm sorry, the Ring of the Power show. Ring of Power show. Let's see. It looks bad. Don't take it. It looks bad, but still take it. That would be Bear's one. Most people won't mind, but don't take it. It's fine. Take it. That would be Bear. He followed that post up, sharing an email he sent to Amazon that notes if he does indeed do the video, quote, Amazon has no veto power over what I say in regards to commentary. This will actually make the video more authentic and make my audience more likely to trust my thoughts on the show. Hello Future Me notes that after sending this email, Prime Video ghosted him. LOL, Amazon ghosted me as soon as I said they couldn't pay me to control what I say about Rings of Power. And not a good look. I'm genuinely excited for the House of the Dragon, though. And there you go. Either or, whichever one Bear gets salmon for, he will shill. He will shill like nobody's shilled before. I mean, how many bears out there are giving positive reviews to the show? Not very many. Come on, Amazon. Clap, clap. Let's go here. George the Giant Slayer commented on this revelation saying, quote, trust is hard-earned, but once you lose it, it almost never comes back, much like salmon after you eat it. This is not a good look for Amazon Prime Rings of Power, but it's expected that they knew exactly what they had. And that's why over the last few weeks, you're getting this entire avalanche of this criticism, a cataclysm of articles. They're coming out and attacking not only the Fellowship, not only all the fans, but they're attacking the professor. They called him a racist. Well, if that's what it takes for Bear to get some salmon, there he will. Go right ahead. I mean, look at all these great people just staring right into your soul. Asking why? Why are you not watching this show? Why? Why do you hate this show so much? I mean, all these great people. I mean, like Leo Waldleham. I mean, we all know Leo Waddleham. Cynthia Addie Robinson is the queen. I mean, of course, we've all heard of Tristan Gravel. Sure, one of the greatest actors of all time. Lloyd Owen, one of the, I wonder if he's related to the other Owens out there. The Owen brothers. Yes, indeed. Let's see, Emma Hovoff. Sure. And now, let's not forget Maxim Baldry. Of course, I mean, we've all seen him in the films and in the shows, all that stuff. He then closed out his video saying, they're bleeding inside. They're losing because if they are truly winning, you don't care what anyone says. You're like, I don't like it. Great. You think it's butchered. Wonderful. When you're winning and you know it, you don't need affirmation from anyone else. That's so true. So when you see a company, whether it's a company or an individual, where they want to pay you to sing their praises, which you can for Bear. He will work for Salmon. Of their show or their product. It's like ice cream or sex. Not to be, you don't want to get those confused. It's a disaster. He then concludes, and if Rings of Power were a car, it'd be a lemon, and we'd be all, under state law, we'll be able to return it back to the manufacturer for a full refund. Well, I tell you what, people, I mean, sure, you can buy a car as a lemon, but can you make lemonade out of a car? No, you can't. You can only make it out of a lemon. There you go, people. I mean, look at this beautiful shot here of the horses and the lady there. She's got the helmet on with the spike. I guess she's gonna impale somebody. Matching the horse, though. If you go out, do you match the outfit with the horse, or do you match the horse with the outfit there? I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. So, no, I don't want that horse. I need another one to match my outfit out there. They're probably saying, "Hey, we're all dressed the same. Why do you have something slightly?" Shush. Look at me. I've got the hat. Can't you see? I've got the hat, people. It's got the spikes on it. That's why. That's why I can wear a different horse. Ride a different horse. I can wear a horse, I guess. I don't know. George the Giant Slayer's accusations are backed up via a report from Business Insider claiming that, quote, Amazon will find a way, regardless of actual viewership, to sound the trumpets of victory. Once again, you pay beer and salmon. The article cites an anonymous former senior Amazon studio executive claiming the reason why it's going to succeed is because the executives at Amazon need it to succeed. If it doesn't, there's going to be big questions. From Andy Jassy and the board. This alleged executive added, if we can't take this piece of IP and make it successful, why is Amazon Studios even here? It has to succeed. There's no option. Well, there is one option, people. You can pay bear. Pay bear in salmon. Yes, indeed. Another beautiful shot there of just some great, look at the variety of colors. It's competently lit and competently framed there. What else can you ask for, people? What else? Pure art, as far as beer is concerned. On top of this, Sci-Fi Ware's Danny Roth admitted back in 2019 that the Access Media creates a fake positivity in order to maintain its excess. He explained, here's the actual reality. Oh, let me sit down for this one. Here's where we actually are in the industry. If you want to talk about, quote, access media, every single person that wants to have access to things early, that wants to get access to things so that traffic is drawn to their site, will on occasion, everybody at this podcast, everybody in our industry occasionally has to play softball, occasionally has to look the other way, a little bit, everybody has to do it, including beer, just as long as that sweet, sweet lucre comes in. In this sense, I hated a movie, but I wouldn't say I hated the movie, or an actor behaved a sort of way, and you don't want to put it out there that happened. Horn chimes in, right, because you might not get the next review. And then Mr. Roth continues, to some degree, everybody in our industry that is part of this quote-unquote access media has to decide which battles they want to pick, which ones where my voice is the one that has to get said. What? Which one of the ones where my voice is the one that has to get heard? That has to get heard, you moron. It's not said. Oh, for crying out loud. The quote-unquote access media. Journalists are some of the dumbest people in the world. Access media might be dumber than that. So, once again, Amazon out there, Jeff Bezos. We know Jeff Bezos is a subscriber to this channel. Listen, Jeff. Listen, man. If you want a great review of your Game of Thrones show out there, you can just pay Bear in salmon, and he'll talk it up all the way. All of this great game of Rings of Power, Bear, yeah, whatever. Oh, one of those? Yes, indeed. So there you go. A beautiful. Listen, I tell you what, people. That is just pure artwork there. Pure artwork. You can't complain about that. That is just great. Yes, indeed. All right, let's once again just silenced everybody with Bear's brilliance out here. Yes, indeed. All right, let's move quickly along here, people. We've got plenty to get to here, including. Listen, I tell you what, you never know about Disney sometimes. Just keep digging that hole deeper and deeper. Pardon me here. From Deadline here, Dominique Pattern had a very interesting interview with the CEO out here, Bob Chapek, detailing Disney's next big move, the 100th anniversary, ESPN, blah, 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 and bringing, quote, everything together. Kind of a back and forth article here talking about some of that stuff. They're talking about the D23, Disney's 100th anniversary, all that fun stuff out there. And how he's just so thrilled to be a CEO. That gets down to some of the questions here. We're just going to read this off to you folks and see if it's some sort of Panopticon that Disney's kind of making out here. Let's see, it says a deadline here. When you were speaking at the Legend ceremony on Friday, you dropped a little bit more of what seems to be like a serious next phase for the Walt Disney Company. You said that Disney Plus and some of your other platforms, we are going to make things interactive. Oh boy. This has been floating around for a while. You even brought a Mike White on board to facilitate it. But is the metaverse, the future of Disney? And Chapek, he laughs it off. Oh, what a stupid question. Ha 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 ha. No, we call it next-gen storytelling. We tend to not use the M word too often because it has a lot of hair on it. Well, you know who else has a lot of hair on it? Bear. But yes, Disney Plus will not just be a movie service platform. It's going to become an experiential, a lifestyle platform. A platform for the whole company to embody both the physical things that you might be able to experience in the theme park, but also a digital experience that you can get through media. Yeah, you could watch a video or go to the theme park. It's not that hard. You're not reinventing the wheel here, Chapek, but okay. All right. Oh, good to see Vim here. Let's see. My father says ROP was a feminist garbage and stopped watching it. Well, if Beer wasn't getting paid in Salmon, he might agree with you there. But one of the greatest shows of all time. Just as long as that check clears and Beer gets his Salmon. Yes, indeed. Good to see VM here. Deadline. Oh, that sounds like a very big swing, but how does it work on a practical level? Yeah, how does that whole metaverse work on a practical level? Here's how, he says. So we wish every person would have the opportunity to come to our parks, but we realize that's not a reality for some people. In order to reach the 90% of the people that would never be able to get into a Disney park, we have before us, an opportunity to turn what was a movie service platform into an experimental platform. Experiential. That's a Bear's tongue is tied on that one. Experiential platform, and give them the ability to ride Haunted Mansion from a virtual standpoint. Oh boy. I mean, you can already do that, but okay, sure, whatever. By the way, okay, you're riding a roller coaster. Well, guess what? There's no. You might have a sense of motion in the headset there, but your body doesn't sense any motion. So you're riding the roller coaster in VR, and by the end, you're probably gonna throw up more than if actually you were on the roller coaster. The utility isn't just to have the same experience. This is where it gets fun. Maybe we'll give them an opportunity, what every single person in the park wants to do, and unfortunately, too many of them do it just to get off the attraction. See how it works. See how those ghost dancer moves. Deadline says, are we talking about something with goggles like Oculus? Sheepix says, short term, long term, maybe not. Maybe something more. They'll just drill it right into your head there. Right into your head. Oh, he says, how? Chapek says, we want to give people the experience digitally. Something that's akin to a physical experience that they necessarily can't be at that place in that time. But it's even more important than that. So when a family comes to our parks, we know exactly what you did. Let's say you stay a week. We've got 7 days, 24 hours a day. We know everything that you do in that park. And if you give us the permission and the ability through the membership app, we'll program your Disney experience, not according to what you watched last or what other people who watched this show, but what you did and what you experienced. That's not creepy at all. I mean, that's real AI algorithm. Next level stuff. Oh, bingo. Yes, indeed. And that's what we aspire to do. That's why we call it next generation storytelling. Other people might call it, the sort of apocalyptic vision that they saw in the Matrix. A potato. Now when I speak to Kevin Feige, Kathleen Kennedy, great. The brains behind the operation. or Sean Bailey. And that's what we talk about. But not great, not great storytelling, that's for sure. These conversations are now about how do we unbridle our storytelling to unleash a new dimension. It's a third dimension, people. A third dimension of the canvas, so that you can start understanding what tools are available from a technology standpoint, how you can use these as an arsenal. Like a different paintbrush, right? Telling stories in that third dimension brings everything together. Yeah, it was called first-person shooters, and they came out in the mid to late 1990s. So, congratulations, Mr. Chapek. You're about 25 to 30 years behind, but keep on it. Keep on doing that thing to that chicken. Yes, indeed. Melissa, it's great to see Melissa here. Yes, indeed. And Amy, too. Holy cow. Holy cow, we've got a Melissa and Amy convention here. Oh, this is great. Oh, boy, Bear is under the gun here. I gotta be on my best behavior. Anyways, we're talking about Deadline here. How far along are you on this crazy, crazy metaverse plan that you have? We're in the very embryonic beginnings of this. I would like to say it's akin to a lab experiment. That's right, people. We're going to be experimenting on you to do that proof of concept. When I talk to you about being in an attraction and being able to get off and check things like the animatronic figure that looks like Jack Sparrow, let's go and check them out from 360 degrees, interact with Jack Sparrow. By the way, are they actually going to have Jack Sparrow as, who played him? The guy at the trial there. Johnny Depp. Are they going to have a likeness of Johnny Depp there? Or did they finally get rid of that? I wonder if they're going to kind of airbrush him out. That's the ultimate expression today. We're working towards that. Corporately, how will that play out? You'll notice we did our reorganization. We have two business units. We have one that's physical, and we have one that's media digital. And that was very intentional because now there's just 2 points we need to connect. Yes, indeed. So, once again, I tell you what, not a big fan of the Westworld show. The first season was good, but ran into a brick wall after that. They were kind of spot on. They had this sort of you were gonna put on the cowboy hat before you go into the park there, and you thought you were just having fun there. Well, they were actually like reading your mind the entire time, and they were gonna make a clone of you. I don't know if they're going to make a clone of you at Disney, but maybe they might clone your body so Walt Disney can kind of put his frozen head back on there and rule with an iron fist. Yes, indeed. Oh, I get the laughing from both Amy and Melissa. Yes, indeed. No, Bear has to be on his best behavior. For you too, not the other way around. All right, one last thing here, folks. One last thing that we have here. Kind of an interesting one here. An interesting one here from Deadline. Oh, hold on, let me see. Did I give them credit here? Yeah, Dominique Patterson. There you go. Gotta give people credit. Tyler Perry talks diversity push concerns. I don't want to have. Let's just say people. Let's forget about the old black people for a second. I don't want to have people in seats they were not ready for. Very interesting article here. There's Tyler Perry there. Tyler Perry expressed his excitement over the recent push. Oh, I need to get the chat up here. I apologize, people. Where has Bear been? Where's Bear been? There we go. There is the chat. There we go. Where was Bear here? Tyler Perry expressed his excitement over the recent push for diversity in the film and TV business at a Toronto industry keynote on Sunday, but added the drive would only succeed if it were accompanied by education. This is key, people. Training and time to gain experience. The director, who's blazed a trail through his career in enlarging the space for black stories and talent on the small screen and big screen, is in Toronto for the world premiere of his new film called A Jasmine's Blues. Interesting. Ahead of its release on Netflix on September 23rd. Check that out, people. A labor of love for Perry that's been 27 years in the making. The drama stars emerging talent Joshua Boone and Soleil Pfeiffer. We'll go with that. As star-crossed lovers in the 1940s Louisiana, whose relationship is thwarted by race laws at the time. Yes, indeed. It's among a raft of features at the TIFF. This year's driven by black talent in stories including fiction features The Woman King and The Inspection, and documentaries Sydney and Dear Mama, among others. Dear Mama, oh Mama Bear, got killed by that hunter. Urgh. Quizzed on how he viewed this moment in history. I'm just going to say for creators. Perry said, let me be very careful on how I say this. Be diplomatic. I'm extremely excited for what's happening with diversity and the choices and opportunities that we're seeing for black people for the first time. It's amazing. Mr. Perry, sir, please. You are a prime example that we're not seeing it for the first time. You've done a great run here. I mean, we can go all the way back to, Sidney Poitier or Denzel or, any number of those people, folks out there. I wouldn't say it was for the first time, but he's happy. We're happy for him. But I worry there is such a push for diversity and a push, especially here of people, for hiring people. Again, it doesn't matter what color, that I found situations that there are people being pushed into seats that they're not ready for. At Tyler Perry Studios, we train so many people. By the way, if you have a moment, not right now, you're watching Bear, but go check out, he has done an amazing job over there. One of the few, probably if not only, studios that was still open 2020, 2021, still putting out content, still filming and stuff like that. I mean, they had all the precautions in place. It's kind of like it's down there in Georgia, I think south of Atlanta somewhere. It might be in the Pinewood Studios area, something like that. Basically, they built kind of an entire community where housing, your actors or your directors or, all your staff people there. They did it. They did a really great job with all of that stuff. And he does a really good job of bringing up young talent and kind of cultivating them and kind of showing them the ropes and everything. So he is doing a really great job there. We train so many people. We've brought people in and they do an amazing job. They do. But as soon as people are trained and they know the job, they're snatched up to go to some bigger production. Which is fine because if you want to find people who know their job, if they can't make it at my studio, they can make it anywhere. Or excuse me, if they can make it at my studio, they can make it anywhere. Yeah, he's doing a great job. What I don't want to have is black people in seats we weren't ready for. And then we have people that are not black that were moved out of seats. If we didn't get qualifications, again, the teaching, the education to get there, then how are we giving the seats so quickly? It is my hope that all of this change and push for there to be more inclusion, we're also providing time and training to make sure we can we can do a great job. Bear approves of all that. Yes, indeed. Again, it doesn't, the whole black, it doesn't matter to Bear. He's a bear, for crying out loud. Yeah, you don't want to push qualified people out of a seat just because you're trying to hit a quota or something like that. Again, they're putting people in that might not be as talented, and then that kind of has that snowball effect as well. The dramatic tone of a jazzman's blues marks a departure for Perry after a raft of commercial hit comedies and dramas held by his long-running Medea franchise. It's okay. Perry said he felt he had to prove himself in Hollywood before taking the leap into this more artistically ambitious feature because he cannot afford a flop early in his career. I knew that if I had a flop, I wouldn't be able to continue in the business because as a black person, I had many more challenges than my counterparts. That's true. I knew that I had to build my brand and build a studio, get a place where I can stand and as solid and say, okay, now I want to do something that I wanted to do for a long time. And he's done great. He's built his brand, his studio, all that stuff. Done great. Perry says his partnership with Netflix on films including A Fall from Grace and a Medea Homecoming has played a part in convincing him that the time was right for him to bring a jazzman blues to fruition. I've been told for many years that movies with black people or black stars would not travel internationally. That's not true at all. Outside of Will Smith. Kevin Hart, Denzel, Chris Rock slapping Will Smith. That would travel worldwide. There are plenty out there. Doing two movies rather, with Netflix that hit number one in different parts of the world, reaffirmed what I already knew, that I had a platform, a place in the world. Well, number one, if they're against folks of color out there, that's on that country or region or whatever out there. That's not on you, man. That's not on you. Number two, if you're talking about doing great work and everything, it will permeate across cultures out there. I mean, everybody loves, Star Wars, for example, or everybody loves, Superman or something like that. So no, as long as you have a good character and a good story, it'll do fine. The current political climate, oh boy, in the U.S. has spurred him on. He continued, alluding to the recent case of U.S. schools being pressured by, oh boy, conservative groups into removing certain books about sexual minorities and racism from their libraries. Well, Mr. Perry, please, sir, it had more to do with the sort of grooming situation with some of that sort of stuff. Believe me, sir, if there was anything that had to be removing based on some sort of racial animosity, Beer would be the first one there to say, no, put that book back. Beer, listen, by the way, just in case some people don't know, lots of times if you watch Bear's videos out there and you see him opening a box or something like that, he sees, I got two, maybe three books or something like that in there. Well, we'll do a review. We're doing a review of a Wraith of God right now. As soon as we get done with that review, we're going to donate it to the local library here. We've done that already. We've got some videos out there. It's fine and everything. If the local library was getting rid of books like that, Bear would be the first one there. Hey, library, don't be doing that. I'm a bear. So political officials banning books from libraries, wanting to reimagine, not wanting white kids, black kids to learn the history of what black people endured in America. Nobody Bear knows is saying that. Wanting to water it down, like to homogenize it. This is shocking to me, because what I know for sure is that if you do not learn from your history, you're destined to repeat it, he said. Yes, indeed. We can just look at the speech the other night from Brandon, get a little bit of scary vibes from that one. I thought the timing was right because even if it's a fictional story, if it sparks curiosity and people want to go and research and look back at some of the things that happened to us as people, our love affairs, and the things we had to do to be okay in the world, then that's a lot of what the movie's about. Yes, indeed. Well, I mean, you can go back to, like, Othello or something like that. I mean, listen, man. Mr. Perry, you do a great job. I think you're 80 to 90% there. You're almost there, sir. You're almost there. You're blazing your own trail, and you don't got to worry about these silly fools here at Deadline twisting your words or anything like that. So, anyways, kind of an interesting thing there. He's almost there. He's almost there, but we'll see. We'll see if that has an impact or anything like that. Oh my goodness, I've got so many chats here. Let me get back to it. Get back to it, people. VM has the woo. The woo. Oh my goodness. Well, it's good to have you back here and being okay. That's great. That's great. Oh goodness. Gosh darn it. You two, why do you keep doing this to me? Beer apologizes, people. Let's see. Is it still there? We're still here. We're still here, people. Maybe some soup would make you feel better. Soup always seems to make Amy feel better, and if you're almost better, maybe that will be enough to push it over the edge. To all better. Yes, indeed. Liam says, I hate soup. Well, Bear was going to recommend tomato soup, but not now. I guess you could strain off the broth. That would work. It would just be broth. Have you tried salmon, sir? Have you tried salmon? Salmon cures all. At least that's what Mama Bear would tell Bear. Well, looking forward to hearing about your complete recovery. To be sure, yes. We need a VM out there. We need him out there. Yes, indeed. All right. Is Bear still here? Can you guys still hear? Let me do this. Hold on. Test. Okay, we're still here. I think we're still here. No, we're not. All right, people. Well, we're getting to the end anyways here. I apologize about the lack of the signal here. for everybody. I hope you're able to at least still hear Bear here just a little bit. We're going to go ahead and wind it up here. It's great to have both Melissa and Amy here. Yes, indeed. And we all wish the best to VM. And also to our lurkers and Russian bots out there. We appreciate you as well. Yes, indeed. LOL, Bear headed to the library to rescue old books. Well, look, I'm trying to remember what the name of it was. Bear Gives Back or something to that effect. If you go back into the videos, you can check out Bear at the library. Yes, indeed. All right. Well, once again, the signal is giving Bear the red light, so that means we probably gotta head on. I've been on for a little bit over an hour here, so it's great to have everybody. You know what they say? You know, a lot of channels out there, they've got sponsors out there. Well, there's only one sponsor for Bear, and that's you good folks. So Bear appreciates it. Hit that thumbs up if you haven't subscribed. What are you waiting for, people? And make sure you hit that bell so you don't miss a minute of Bear. All right, people. Let me just do this in the chat just in case. Sorry, bad. There's out. Oops. Take care. Oh, there we go. All right. Well, once again, for crying out loud. Once again, everybody, thank you very much. Apologize about the signal. That's what happens when you stream from the woods. Yes, indeed. And steal some Wi-Fi. Yes, indeed. All right. Thank you, everybody. We will see you hopefully on Saturday for the next live show of Bear. Yes, indeed. All right. Well, you know what? All this talk has made Bear hungry. So he's going to head back into the woods. So until next time, people, grrr.